So you want to get big and strong quickly, but you don't know how many times you should be training in the gym. You've probably seen a lot of information online that says many different things. And you only need 3 days a week, you need 6 days a week, every day, every other day. You probably see a lot of this shit out there. I'm going to clarify this for you now to make it as easy to understand as possible. So let's start with what is, in my opinion, the most retarded way of training. 7 days a week. This is pure overkill because you don't give your body enough time to recover, and you don't have any rest. You don't have any sort of time for your body to heal, because that is how you get stronger and that's how you get bigger. I would also say the same for 6 days a week. So I would say that is also overkill. Excuse my rating. For 5 days a week, if you're strength training 5 days a week, that is also overkill. I'm gonna write okay. Overkill. For 4 days a week, now that is where we get to a bit of nuance. It can be overkill if you're not strength training those hard 4 days a week. So if you're doing hard strength training 4 days a week, it's overkill. If you're doing 2 days or 3 days of strength training a week, hard strength training a week, and then 2 days of 1 day of cardio, it's not overkill. So I'm going to say it is overkill or it's fine. Good. Now this brings me on to the best way of planning out your strength training. If you want to get big and strong quickly, 3 days a week is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot. So 3 days a week is the best way of doing your strength training. So when I say in the gym, strength training in the gym, doesn't mean you don't have to not exercise for every day, every other day. You can also go on a little run another day. You can also do some skipping. You can also play in the park, football, whatever. But 3 days a week is the sweet spot for strength training, especially if you want to get big and strong quickly. If that is your main goal, getting big and strong quickly, especially if we're doing something like 5x5 training, which is, in my opinion, the fast track to get big and strong quickly. So if you want to get big and strong quickly, you need to be doing 3 days a week. Any more than that is not good. Not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. If you want a free blueprint to learn how to map out and program and know how to set out 5x5 training, there's a free resource in the description. If you want guaranteed results, there's also a paid resource, and you get your money back if you don't gain the results, basically. So it's on me to make sure you get the results, and if you don't, I lose money. So check the links in the description. I think you'll find them very useful. Now, what is the reasoning for this? So 5x5 is kind of low volume or low rep range. So it's a very low rep range, only 5 reps. It's not that much. However, volume is high. Volume is high, rep range is low. Because rep range is low, you can push more weight. And that just means you have more mechanical tension, MT, on a specific muscle group. Mechanical tension is one of the 3 core areas of gaining size. So this is something called the hypertrophy pyramid. We don't need to know too much about it, quite sciencey. But basically, mechanical tension is this big bit here. So it's very important. Mechanical tension just means lifting a fuck ton of weight. That's all it really means in dumb terms. So mechanical tension is high because the rep range is low, so you can push more weight, so you have more mechanical tension on your muscle. 5 sets of 5 reps. This means that the volume is high because 5 times 5 is 25. If we take a traditional, maybe bodybuilder type program, it would probably be something like 3 sets of 8. 3 times 8 is 24. 25 is more than 24. Simple maths. So that is the reasoning behind why it works. And we have only 3 days a week because it's hard. Now I'm going to map out a week to show you what it could look like, just to demonstrate why 3 days a week is the best. So if we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if we're only training 3 days a week, say, for example, we train on Monday, I'm just going to write tick training Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we have days off on Tuesday, Thursday, and the weekend. You push very hard here, here, and here. But the reason that this works so well is that because you're not doing anything here, 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 and here, when you come back to the start of the week and do this for the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time, you're completely recovered and you feel good. And you know you can push really hard. So there are a lot of nuances to this. That's why I have detailed programs in the link in the description to help you, and also I offer one-to-one coaching that's only £49 for 12 weeks. And as I said, you get your money back if you don't achieve that. So it's a bit of a no-brainer, to be honest. If you want to get big and strong quickly, this is the the way to do it. Hope you found that useful. Bye.